They told us it was a containment breach, standard protocol. Go in, secure the asset, get out. But they didn't tell us what the asset was. We expected biologicals, maybe foreign tech. Hell, even the grays everyone jokes about. But what we found 1,200 feet beneath the Nevada desert wasn't alive. It wasn't dead, and it certainly wasn't aliens. It was a frequency, a sound that rewrites your soul. Welcome to Battlewar Times. Turn off your lights, put on your headphones, and whatever you do, do not listen to the hum. The wind didn't blow in Sector 19. It just existed. A stagnant, dry heat that felt like standing in front of an open oven. We were a four-man cleanup crew, myself, Captain Daniel Cross, Lieutenant Aaron Cole. My second guy could dismantle a bomb in the dark. Sergeant Mark Rains, heavy weapons, and Dr. Evelyn Hart, a civilian consultant they attached to us at the last second. She looked too pale, too nervous. She knew something we didn't. We stood before the heavy blast doors of Delta Zero, a facility that didn't exist on any map. The orders were simple. The facility had gone dark 48 hours ago. No distress signal, no lockdown code, just silence. Cutting the seal, Cole grunted, sparks showering his visor as the plasma torch chewed through the reinforced steel. The metal groaned, a sound like a dying beast, and the doors hissed open. The smell hit us first, not rot, not decay. It smelled like ozone, like the air after a lightning strike, mixed with the metallic tang of old blood. "Lamps on," I ordered. "Stay tight." We stepped into the dark. The darkness inside wasn't natural. Our tactical lights cut beams through the dust, but the shadows seemed to swallow the light after 10 feet. The elevators were dead. We took the stairs. Down, down, down. The air got colder, and that smell of ozone got stronger, now mixed with something else burning hair. On level 6, the comms started glitching. Static at first, then voices. "Cross, check your 6. I spun around. "Cole? Was that you?" Cole looked at me, confused. "I didn't say anything, Cap." "Rains behind you," came the voice again. It sounded exactly like me. My cadence, my tone. "I'm hearing myself on the loop," I said. Cut chatter. We moved into the server room. Rows of blinking lights. And there, standing in the center of the room, was us. 4 figures, wearing our gear, our patches. Even the scratches on my armor were identical. They stood in a circle, facing inward. "What the hell is this?" Rains hissed, aiming his weapon at his own double. The doubles didn't react. They just stood there, breathing in perfect unison. In, out, in, out. Then the double of Dr. Hart turned its head, slowly, mechanically. The bone cracked audibly. It looked at the real Hart and smiled, a smile too wide for a human face. It wasn't Hart's voice. It was a chorus of 100 voices layered together. "Open fire!" I yelled. We lit them up. The bullets tore through them, but there was no blood, just a black, viscous sludge that leaked from the wounds. They didn't fall. They just melted, dissolving into puddles of black tar that seeped into the floor grates. "They aren't mimics," Hart was hyperventilating. "They're biological recordings. Something is scanning us, replicating us." We breached the heavy blast door to level 7. This was it. The bottom of the world. The room was a cavern, massive. The ceiling was lost in shadow, and in the center of the room, suspended by magnetic coils, was the sphere. It was a perfect sphere of vantablack material, maybe 30 feet wide. It didn't reflect light, it absorbed it, and it was humming, a low frequency that rattled your teeth. Around the sphere, on the catwalks, were the missing personnel, the 12 soldiers, the scientists. They were all standing in rows, facing the sphere. "My God," Cole whispered, "look at their heads. That thing. It's a neural network. It's uploading them." "Uploading?" Rains asked. "It's taking their minds, their memories, and it's replacing them with itself." Suddenly, the hum got louder. It wasn't a sound anymore. It was a physical pressure. I felt a nosebleed start. The soldiers connected to the sphere all turned their heads at once. Snap. They looked at us, and then they opened their mouths and screamed. A digital, screeching static that tore at. Our eardrums. Plant the charges. I screamed over the noise. We blow the coils and we leave. Green scrambled to the support pillars, slapping C4 onto the metal. The puppets, the soldiers connected to the sphere, detached themselves. The cables ripped out of their necks with sickening squelches, but they didn't seem to care. They charged us. They didn't run like men. They ran like wolves, on all fours, limbs twisting at impossible angles. Contact front. Cole opened up with his saw, mowing down the first wave. But they kept coming. They didn't feel pain. I felt a sharp pain in my head. A voice. My voice. Why do you fight, Daniel? The silence is beautiful here. No more war. No more pain. Just the hum. Get out of my head. I fired blindly at the sphere. The bullets sparked off the black surface, doing nothing. Hart was on the ground, clutching her head. It's rewriting me. I can feel it. It's changing my memories. Rains. Blow it now. Rains was struggling with a puppet that had latched onto his back. He managed to prime the detonator. Fire in the hole! He slammed the button. The explosion was deafening. The magnetic coils shattered. The sphere dropped. When it hit the floor of the chamber, it didn't roll. It cracked. A shock wave of pure force knocked us off our feet. The facility groaned. The ceiling started to come down. Concrete chunks the size of cars rained around us. Move, 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 move! I grabbed Hart by the vest and dragged her up the emergency ramp. Cole was limping, blood pouring from his leg. Rains was gone, buried under the rubble of the first collapse. We ran. The hum was screaming now, a high-pitched wail of a dying god. The shadows stretched out, grabbing at our ankles. We hit the stairwell. Level 6. Level 5. The ground was shaking so hard the stairs were twisting. We burst out into the desert night just as the ground behind us imploded. A sinkhole opened up, swallowing the bunker entrance hole. Dust billowed up, choking the stars. We lay there in the sand, her gasping, bleeding. It was over. The silence of the desert returned, or so I thought. They honorably discharged me. Medical retirement. Acute PSD and auditory hallucinations, the doctor said. Cole didn't make it. He blew his brains out 2 weeks after we got back. He said the hum wouldn't stop. Hart is in a psych ward in intense isolation. She just sits in the corner and writes code on the walls with her own feces. I thought I was fine. I thought I escaped. But last night I woke up. The house was quiet, too quiet, and then I heard it, low, guttural, vibrating in the floorboards. The hum. I went to the mirror to wash my face. I looked up. My reflection wasn't moving. I blinked. The reflection didn't. It just smiled that too wide smile, and then my own mouth opened, but I didn't tell it to. Level 7 is not a place, Daniel, my voice said. It is a frequency, and you brought us home. That is the last recorded transcript of Captain Daniel Cross. When MPs arrived at his home the next morning, he was gone. The only thing they found was a hole smashed through his bathroom mirror and a message carved into the glass. Compliance is absolute. This has been Battlewar Times. If you hear a hum in your walls tonight, don't investigate. Just run, like, and subscribe for more stories from the classified archives. Battlewar Times, signing off.